Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs down Nations the dice game Unrest, which is a very cool expansion to the base game. And I'm not going to show you how the base game works. If you want, you can hit that eye in the top right corner screen to go check it out. I'm just showing you what's new in this very much appreciated expansion. Here's what you get, folks. A bunch of neat stuff. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. You get new end of age objective cards. Nothing changes about these. It's still the notion of get enough food to avoid famine or be able to deal with any wars. They're just opportunities to score points. And really the only thing that's different about these is on average, they're a little bit more expensive than the ones in the original game were, thereby making it tougher to be able to pull off achieving both objectives in a given round. I mean, these ones for age 4, they are 10 total, whereas in the original game they were 9 total, so it's just a little bit more. When these ones come up, you're going to have to work a bit harder to get those bonus points. That's nice. It wasn't necessary, but it's good to have it. It changes the feel a tiny bit when these ones, which are denoted by the U for Unrest, come out, so I'm happy to have them. And then next up, we've got a whole bunch of new historical people, places, and things. Nothing changes about how the core works of colonizing versus making wonders versus getting leaders versus building the blue tiles. It's all the same, but you will notice as we're looking through these things, the rewards you get for these, there are definitely some new and different rewards. Lots of these doublers, which did not exist in the base game, double swords, double food, double stone, stuff like that. Also, a new type of reroll. We'll get to that in a second. And also, perhaps most excitingly, green dice. A new type of die. Yes, folks. And so, of course, we'll need a whole bunch of new things to pepper in amongst all the old historical tiles to be able to get at all the new stuff. So, let's talk about these rerolls you get that certain leaders will present to you. These work like regular. If you've got them in your nation, you can spend them to do a reroll. Reroll as many dice as you want. But unlike the original reroll tiles, these ones, after you reroll, you immediately get to take another turn, which is huge because a main part of nations, it's all about the race to draft those tiles as fast as you can. And having rerolls is great unless it slows you down and prevents you from getting all the good stuff. These, rerolling and then immediately going again, that is a huge game changer right there. So these are actually very cool. And then, of course, there are all the new double resource tiles that you'll be picking up, and even a triple money. There's one of them out there that'll get you. So that's nice. Oh, I'm teasing you. What about the green dice? We'll get back to that in a second. Let's continue with the other new things. In addition to, at the end of the round, being able to get points for how well you do on military and food left over, every round, there in every age, and there's 5 of these, so one of them will not appear every time you play. At the beginning of an age, you show that, hey, at the end of this round, there's a little bit more going on here, and this one has to do with these tiles, these passing tiles being worth more. This is a new special one, so it'll have to do with them. I'll come back to that. The other ones are a bit more straightforward. Hey, not only do you want to have lots of military left over to get your bonus points, but whoever has the most military gets 2 points. Or whoever has the most food gets 2 points, or whoever passes last gets 2 points. So stick in there, folks. And whoever has the most culture gets 2 points. Those are pretty straightforward. But okay, so what is this pass tokens? Well, these are new as well. Every time you play, when you set up, you put these out on display. The first player to pass in a round, in the old game, you didn't get anything for it. You just passed, and you're like, oh, now I just have to sit and watch as everybody else. But I had to pass to get out early so I could hold on to my military so that I could get the rewards or what have you. Now, the first player to pass gets one of these, an extra military, an extra culture, or an extra food that could make or break you at those end of age. And then the second player to pass. Basically, everybody gets one of these except for the last player to keep playing. So, you are definitely incentivized to pass sooner, especially on the age that this one comes out, because on the age where this is out, these are double. 2 culture, 2 warfare, and 2 food. So that's all that stuff. And hey, what's this? 8 new regions, and this is probably more than anything else what people were really hoping for. What I certainly felt was missing from the original Nations dice game, unique starting situations. In the original game, the 4 regions you got to play, Greece and Rome, and Greece, Rome, Egypt, and Persia. I can't imagine ever using these again because they all start out exactly the same. 5 white dice, 1 reroll, 1 money. Sure, that's fine, but much cooler much cooler to be the Vikings, who they're not as many of them. They only roll 4 dice, but hey, they get money and they have food, and they start out with one of those super rerolls. So they are very fast, very agile. Or hey, how about Mali? Triple money right out of the gate, but again, only 4 dice. So how will you leverage that money? How about Korea? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. Although, as soon as you get rid of the Confucian Academy or Quarry, you're getting rid of 2 dice instead of 1. 2 rerolls, and this is interesting, even without a leader. As long as you don't have a leader, you have money. As soon as you hire a leader, this money chip goes away. So that's really cool. That changes things up. America, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. One of those dice will never be taken away from you as you upgrade all the other stuff. America, truly the land of opportunity. Mongolia, hey, they got double warfare right out of the gate. Although, again, only 4 dice instead of 5, and more money until, I don't know, Genghis Khan comes along or somebody, let's say. Poland, 4 dice, and culture. They're very cultured, and you don't want to lose that culture chip by building something here. But hey, how about 2 leaders instead of 1? That's pretty cool. And otherwise, starting out the normal way. And then finally, Ethiopia, they got all the stone. They got stone for days, right from the go. And again, starting out with extra money until they get a leader, but again, only 4 dice. Or the Arabs, 4 dice, 2. You can have 2, wonders being built at the same time, which is a good thing that you start out with some permanent stone along with your money and 2 rerolls. So all of those variations, that is awesome stuff. But okay, folks, you've been very patient. Let's talk about the dice. Green dice. Okay, these are the Unrest dice, and they are the most powerful dice in the game. They destroy the gold, the red, or the blue dice from the original game because every side of them are doubles. Double money, double culture, double stone, double military, double food. So, I mean, you're always going to get big paydays with these. And obviously, a lot of the new advancements you can get for your society are about getting these green dice. So, hey, why wouldn't you want these green dice? You'd sacrifice anything for these, right? Except for the fact that, there's a 1 in 6 chance when you roll them that there will be unrest. And what this means is, say I roll, say I have, a couple of greens and I've still got a couple of whites and a red, and I'm going to roll at the beginning of the turn. Okay, and that's fine. Hey, great, double stone. Okay, I'm very, very happy with that. But in another age, oh no, unrest. Now what this means is, because one of my dice is revolting, it is a revolting development, let me tell you. Until I get rid of this unrest, I can't do anything. When my turn comes around, if any of my green dice show unrest, I cannot do anything except for re-roll those green dice and hopefully get rid of the unrest. And again, the whole point of Nations of the Dice game is to draft as fast as possible. So, having access to double money or double military or all these doubles is really great, unless your dice revolt against you, because then you have to waste turns, maybe multiple turns, because hey, if by the end of the game, you might have gotten a bunch of these, in which case there's a very good chance that when you use them, you're going to have some unrest. And then you got to, all right, well, my next turn, you have a choice. You can blow an entire turn, just waste it, hoping to not roll another 1 in 6 chance. And chances are that'll be fine. But sometimes they'll keep you bottled up for longer as they keep revolting. Especially if you rolled multiple unrest and then have to re-roll multiples in that whole turn. Now instead, if you are desperate to get a tile and you know that tile won't be there if you have to wait till the next time it comes around, instead of wasting your turn re-rolling this, hoping that you can get the unrest under control, you can discard it. Just basically send it away and you won't get the benefit of this die this round. But then that means your turn can continue normally with what you do have. And that makes these unrest dice so cool. I mean, they produce so much, but every time, and the more of them you get, the more likely that they are just going to be a thorn in your side and slow down your overall path to victory in Nations Unrest. This is awesome, folks. This is so great. Like I said, it addresses the one big missing thing the original game really wanted for unique setups for the different nations. That has now been delivered. It's excellent. But then they go above and beyond with these awesome dice and other cool ideas too, like extra bonus targets and all the rest of it. Being able to pass early, more strategic reasons to pass early, really great. If you have Nations of the Dice game, you've got to get Unrest. It really elevates the game significantly. And that's the rundown, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.